Hi everyone, Justin Pate from the Wrap Institute. And in this segment of Wrap Rejuvenation for this beautiful flat here in Amsterdam, using interior wrap film from Cover Styl, the focus will of course be on this beautiful, colorful bathroom. Now, generally when you do a renovation for a bathroom, what does it entail? Well, in this case it would mean taking out all the tiles, which is super loud and dusty, and then essentially replacing them with, in this case, colorful ones, which can be very expensive because we have very cool tiles, and you have to grout everything, so it can take weeks, super dusty, and can be very expensive. Well, what you see now looks like the real deal. The material holds and cleans up really well, and it only took 2 hours to do, and that includes the prep, which includes taking off the sink, cutting all the pieces down, installing them, and putting the sink back. 2 hours. And it costs a fraction of what a normal renovation does. Awesome. So what you're going to see in this video are great tips and tricks. They all come from the Wrap Institute, and that uses tools and material from Cover Styl. So you can transform your bathroom to the one of your dreams in just a matter of a couple hours if you watch the tips and tricks in this video. So with that, let's get ready to wrap and roll.
And to begin, here's what the bathroom looked like before the wrap rejuvenation. So my wife took a look at it and she said, you know what, I'm going to go online and get some inspiration on some really colorful bathrooms. And here's what she came up with. So you can see these have a great variety of different colors, very bright and fun. So when she got a few examples, she went to the Cover Styl website and went to the collections, clicked on solid color, then she saw the range and chose 6 colors. Then she added 3 colors that we are already using in the loft: brush metallic and gloss metallic from the kitchen, as well as the pink from the walls. So once the design and colors were chosen, the next step was to measure the tiles to get an idea of how much material should be ordered from Cover Styl. Precise measurements were taken because these are going to be used later when the pieces were cut to shape and the tiles counted. And in this case, only 1 meter of each color was needed, so the material cost was low, and once the material arrived at the flat, it was simply about marking the backing liner of the material, then cutting them into precise pieces. So with the material cut down and ready to go, the next step was to get the bathroom ready for install. This meant removing a lot of the raised objects, which was very easy and straightforward. The next step was to remove the silicone from the wall, here using a plastic scraper, and from above the toilet using a knife. Also, on some of the tiles was a bit of leftover grout, and this was easily removed with fine grit sandpaper. Masking tape was then added to the raised objects to lower the surface energy, and this meant it's time for cleaning. And then SOT Surface Cleaner 2, a very effective all-purpose cleaner, was sprayed onto the tiles. It sat for about 10 seconds so it can get deep behind the dirt, which was then simply wiped off with a paper towel. Cover Styl primer was then added to all the edges. This helps ensure long-term hold and helps keep moisture get underneath the panels. It has to dry for at least 10-15 minutes before install, so during this time, our daughter, who has a great eye for color and placement, took the sample pieces left over from the cutting process and laid them out on the tiles, so I knew exactly where to place them. And here's a shot of what she came up with before the install. And now what you'll see is a very easy and straightforward way to install the pieces. Move the liner halfway, line the top edge up very precisely, make sure the edge is lining up just to the edge of the tile, then squeegee left to right from top to bottom, then slowly release the liner. Then it's simply about repeating the exact same steps. Release the liner exactly halfway, line the top edge up very precisely, then line up the sides, and then squeegee left to right. Be sure to apply firm pressure and overlap your squeegee strokes. Laying a mat down on the floor is always a good idea so the knees don't get sore during this process. There might be times where the material has to work around raised objects, in this case, the back section of the bathroom. A relief cut is made at the top and the material is squeegeed to the edge. Then, with a very sharp blade, the material is cut off, and this is just at the edge of the silicone. It's always critical to get the angle of the blade correct. So once the cut has been made, remove the excess film, and then cut off the top so it's nice and symmetrical. Once this excess piece has been removed, then the process can continue, and here's another raised object. In this case, it's one of the pipes. So here, clicking the blade to make it extra sharp, then cutting on the top side after making a series of relief cuts is key, tucking the material to the base, and then trimming off any excess film. No need to remove the pipe when you can use relief cuts and tuck it to the base. And then once all the pieces are installed, the final step is to go over all the edges with an application glove and heat to make sure all the edges are 100% sealed. And keep in mind that if anything gets damaged, the cover style interior film can remove easily with very little adhesive residue and simply reinstall later. And here is a shot of the final result, and as you can see, a dramatic transformation from what the bathroom looked like earlier, which was plain boring white, into one that has an amazing amount of color and style, and it only took 2 hours from start to finish, simply by taking a lot of good measurements, then cutting the material down to size, and then simply using basic straightforward install techniques and tips from the Wrap Institute.